Howdy y'all, what up? Hoseman Mississippi here, back with a new video. Welcome back once again to my channel. A few things before I get started. I am doing this month's Q&A right now, or here in a minute. But a few things before I get started. First of all, the hosiery I have on a pair of black fishnets that I went to the mall in Jackson, Mississippi to Hot Topic. I found them at Hot Topic and decided I wanted to try them. And there's dog hair on them, but they have reinforced toe. And under the black fishnets, I'm wearing the dark suntan Tamara pantyhose that I reviewed in a previous video not long ago. But anyway, that's one thing I wanted to tell y'all before I get started. Second thing, one of my viewers left a religious question, so I will save his question for last for obvious reasons, okay? Because I know some of you don't want to hear, I'm sure some of you don't want to hear anything about religion. So I will save his question for last. And thirdly, before I get started, this will be the one and only time that I will answer 6 questions for a Q&A, for a monthly Q&A. One and only time, 6 questions for a monthly Q&A. That's because at the last minute, my best friend Meg posted a question for me to answer in this video, and well, she's my best friend, so I'm going to make an exception for her, okay? But anyway, 6 questions in this Q&A total, but it'll be the last time, I promise. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first question, of course, came from Ben Richards, and he says, once a long time ago, back when women wore pantyhose, I was in a shoe store and there was this lady who worked there who was wearing a short gray skirt with black pantyhose. I wanted to tell her she had great legs, but was not sure if I should. I did not know how she would react. I completely understand. I thought she might not like it. Finally, I just threw caution to the wind and walked up behind her and told her she had nice legs. Awesome. I might have done the same thing. And to my surprise, she giggled and said thank you in kind of a sexy voice. Awesome. That really made my day. I can imagine it would have mine too, Ben. And hers too, I think. Cool. I even thought about going back to that shoe store and asking her out until I learned she was married. Understandable. Since you always emphasize that you're straight, yes. How would you react if you were out in public in shorts and pantyhose and some dude walked up to you and told you that you had nice legs? I am guessing that you wouldn't giggle and say thank you in a sexy voice. Ben, to answer your question, I would thank the person, whoever it is, man, woman, I don't care. I would thank them. If it's a guy, I would be like, thank you, I appreciate that. And hopefully that would be the end of it because, well, if he wanted to engage in conversation about hosiery, I would be happy to oblige. But if he started to hit on me or something like that, I would have to tell him, look, I'm straight. I don't play for your team, so let's go on. And I'd go on about my business. But anyway, I would just tell him thank you. And, yeah, that would be about it. Ben, I hope I've answered your question. On to the next. Bishop Bryce Wilson asks, do you wear them, meaning pantyhose, on your waist or stomach? Bishop, first of all, thank you for your question. It depends on the pantyhose. It depends on what they do. Some pantyhose I have, I normally wear them, or I normally try to wear them just above my belly button. Some of the pantyhose I have, when I pull them up to just above my belly button, they will stay put. Some of them roll down to like my waist right here. Pantyhose just do that. They just roll down. But it just depends on the pantyhose, really. And I hope I've answered your question. On to the next. John Luttrell asks, question for future Q&A. Years ago, while serving in the military, my job was a diesel mechanic. Mine was too. I worked on fire trucks when I was in the Air Force. That's cool. We worked on Cummins engines in class that needed rebuilding. We often had truck engines with 750,000 miles or more. My question is that your experience, have you driven or drive now trucks with that many miles? John, thank you for your question, first of all. Well, I've driven for a few different companies, trucking companies, and I don't think I've ever driven a truck with more than about 500,000 miles on it. That's because all the companies I've driven for, when they buy a truck, it comes with a warranty, and when the warranty expires, they get rid of the trucks. And that's normally, when the warranty expires, is normally around 500,000 miles. So I don't think I've ever driven a truck with about over 500,000 miles. Right now, I'm in a brand new truck. This is a 2022 Freightliner Cascadia, and it has barely over 20,000 miles on it now. When I first got in it, it had 157 miles. Just 157. That's how new this truck is. But anyway, John, I hope I've answered your question. On to the next. Lawrence T. West asks, do you plant a vegetable garden? No, Lawrence, I do not. Thank you for your question, though. I do not plant a vegetable garden. I honestly wish I could, but I do not have the time for it. And honestly, I think if I tried to grow a vegetable garden, it would probably all die. I'm the furthest person from having a green thumb, But I hope I've answered your question. On to the next. My best friend Meg asks, would you ever try out and review those tattoo pantyhose geared towards men? Meg, thank you for your question, first of all. Secondly, I think this is the first I've heard of pantyhose with tattoos printed on them that are geared towards men. It might be the first I've ever heard of it. I'm not sure. Maybe I've heard of it before. Maybe I've heard of them before. But to answer your question, absolutely I would try and review them, yes. So, Meg, if you can send me a link to them, that'd be great. I can look at them and maybe order them and then try them sometime in the future. But yeah, I would try them for sure. I hope I've answered your question. On to the next. Okay, this is the last question. This is the religious question posted by Mike Legwear. And so, as always, what I've been doing in my videos when I talk religion, for anyone who doesn't want to hear it, or if you think you might get offended, then turn the video off right now. I'll give you a second. Okay, for those of you still with me, I very much appreciate it. Now, like I said, this is a religious question. And Mike Legwear says, and then he asks, he says, hey hoes man, I loved one of your previous videos where you quoted from the Bible in the book of Revelation. Great testimony. Awesome, thank you. My question is about wearing pantyhose and that I don't consider it cross-dressing. I don't either. Simply wearing hosiery, a man simply wearing hosiery is not cross-dressing. I agree. I still always present myself as a man. Me too. I just love wearing pantyhose under my male clothes and sleeping in pantyhose. That's cool. That's good. What are your thoughts in Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5, as it relates to wearing pantyhose, still considered in culture as a female garment? ? The verse reads as follows: a woman shall not wear men's clothing, nor shall a man wear women's clothing, for the Lord your God detests anyone who does this. That's from the New International Version. Now, I have a New King James Version Bible, and it says essentially the same thing. Deuteronomy 22:5, it says essentially the same thing, but it says that it is an abomination to God. That's the translation I have, New King James Version. But anyway, essentially the same thing. And, okay, and Mike also says, I know There are different Bible versions and grammar, yes, different translations. This is an issue I have struggled with in the past as a follower of Christ Jesus. Thank you in advance, Hose Man. Hold on a minute. Where's the question? Okay, Mike, I see what you mean. Honestly, since that Bible passage has been brought to my attention, or actually I looked it up myself, before anybody posted it on my channel, I looked it up myself, and honestly, I was kind of scared, because it does say that a man or woman wearing the clothing of the opposite gender is an abomination to God. But on the other hand, it can be argued that it's in the book of Deuteronomy, which is in the Old Testament, which is under the old law that the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ did away with. However, guess what's also in the Old Testament? The 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments, of course, are in the Old Testament. And as Christians, we follow the 10 Commandments, or we're supposed to anyway. We still do to this day. But as far as men wearing hosiery and God having a problem with it, he might. God might have a problem with it. I'm really not sure. But for anyone, any guy who watches my channel has worn hosiery for a long time like I have, they're very addictive. Hosiery is very addictive, and it's extremely hard to stop wearing them. When I was married, I tried to stop wearing pantyhose. I couldn't do it. My legs literally crave pantyhose. I'm not kidding. I love wearing them so much. And all I can say is, if God has a problem with it, I just hope he can forgive me. Really, that's all I can say. Of course, I don't know for sure what God thinks about it. Nobody knows what God thinks, Of course not. But I just hope he can forgive me. That's all I can say about it. But anyway, Mike, I hope I've answered your question. I hope I've answered everyone's questions to their satisfaction. And I hope y'all enjoy this video. Of course, I still have 670 subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you will know when I've uploaded a new video. And to both my old and new subscribers, thank y'all so much. Y'all freaking rock. Please keep it up. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give that like button a nice big click. And before I end this video, something else I want to say. I'm sure y'all have noticed that it is quieter in this truck, because when I shoot videos in my truck, my APU is running. I've explained what the APU is. It's auxiliary power unit. It's a generator attached to the truck that runs off of diesel fuel that truck drivers can run to be able to run the air conditioner or heater or electronics, or have the lights on, anything like that, and it won't run the batteries down. So y'all know how a generator works. But anyway, it's a lot quieter in here because I do not have, well, the APU may be running. Actually, the APU is on standby. That means when the batteries get low enough, the APU will kick on to charge them. But I have the air conditioner cut off, which made it quieter in this truck, because normally when I shoot a video in my truck, I've got the APU and the air conditioner running, and when I go back and watch those videos, it's really noisy. So that background noise is just really loud. So I do apologize for that, and I hope this is better. I hope it's quieter for everyone, and I hope it's better, that, as far as the sound goes. Now, one last thing. If you made it to the end of this video, I very much appreciate it, first of all. Secondly, please refrain from posting any questions for June's Q&A video, okay? Please do not post any questions for next month's Q&A. I should have said that at the beginning of this video, but I didn't. But anyway, I will let y'all know when I'm ready to start taking and saving questions for next month's Q&A. Alright? But don't post any yet. Okay, now I think that is finally going to wrap this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. As always, y'all, take care, have a good one, God bless, and I will see y'all soon. Bye. And please remember, men have freaking legs too. See y'all later.